Okay, step one, say that again.
Tie goat up real tight.
Real tight so he can't be running around.
Step 2, harness, rings, and flat leather up.
Okay.
Pad
That's
to the front.
That's to the front. Okay.
Drape it over said goat.
Okay. The whole thing?
The whole
Okay,
thing.
and you got to get that over his head, right?
Yeah, take the pad, over a horn, over the nose. See, now you got an issue, but you just have to learn to live with that little issue.
Well, you just unclip it and clip it again, right?
Unclip it, let that slide by, and clip it back.
Okay.
Like that. Okay, then you kind of lay it up here like this and straighten it all out.
No, get back. Get back.
The other pad is the belly band. It'll go underneath the belly.
Okay. Step back so I can better look at this.
Okay, kind of see how it kind of lays there pretty good?
Right, that almost looks like it's all ready to go, except for that.
You just drop the belly band over the other side. Make sure you don't get any other lines or anything underneath it. So it's, against his belly.
Right.
And you'll cinch it up. What do we have over here?
You got anything?
1, 2, third hole from the top. 1,
Well, for him.
2, 3.
Right.
That way both sides are even.
Okay. And if they're not, if it's too loose or too tight, tighten it up so that they're as even as possible.
Yeah.
Now, how much looseness? Okay, I can get.
Yeah,
I can get my whole hand in that. It's pretty. I mean, it's not. It doesn't need to be near as tight as a horse's saddle. Right. Okay.
No, if you get it too tight, it'll cut their wind off.
Right. Okay. That's
So
true. We don't want that.
You don't want it too tight.
Just holding everything in place.
Yeah, it's just kind of holding everything in place. And you're ready for your wagon.
Ready to hook them up.
Yep.
Okay.
Now then.
Let's go get that wagon. Are you enjoying the attention, Riley? Look at all those little goat butts. Too bad you don't have an internet, Charles. I found the funniest video of these Australians having a goat race. Okay, here we go.
Pull it up
now,
behind him.
bring it up behind him.
And then you've
Not
got
scarily.
a loop right here.
Okay. All right, that loop.
Just slides over your sheave like that. There's one on the other side. You do the same thing. Okay.
So the only thing between those are these extra straps here?
Okay. Now then, you slide it on forward.
Okay. How far forward do you need to?
You just need to get it far enough forward so you can hook these tugs up.
And hook that in there.
You hook the tugs up like that. And there's one on the other side.
Tugs are these ones, and this is what he's really pulling with,
That's
right?
what he's really pulling with.
Okay. And they hook up. Down there. All right.
there.
So they look like they're not very tight, but they will be.
Your actual pulling right here.
Uh-huh.
That's what's, he's pulling against that right there.
Okay, and these are attached to that.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Makes sense.
Then
Is there any particular up or down or best place for this? Like
you
it
don't
should
wanna
be
get
around
it-
its
yeah,
neck,
you don't
right?
want to get it way up here. If you get it down too low, then that's kind of a
It'll
awkward
interfere
deal,
with
too.
his movement of his legs, so it looks like it's about in the right place.
I mean, if anything, I'd drop it down a little bit, but I think it's.
And the way to drop it down a little bit would
It's
be
right
with
here.
these. Okay, all right,
And again, keep them even on both sides.
right, okay,
And then you take this
yes.
and just snap it in up here.
So one in the front, big one in
Yeah,
the
wait a
back,
minute,
and the little one in the
wait,
front.
wait. I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on.
What?
Loop.
Oh yes, with mud in it. Sorry about
With
your
mud
jeans.
in it.
So if you have a runaway, and David, I believe if that were down just.
Now, did you
one notch, it would
fabricate
help
that
a
bent
bunch.
thing to go with all this?
Say what?
Did you fabricate that bent thing?
This?
Yeah.
Yeah, I fabricated everything.
No, he didn't.
Just in case anybody wants to order.
I've got a better fabricating method now than when I made that one too.
Okay.
And then, my mistake earlier,
It actually goes on the front
snap
one.
this on the front one.
Okay. Otherwise, there's nothing holding it
That'll
on
help
there.
hold it in. This will hold it in pretty well, but not.
Well, why don't you just snap the other one on there too?
Well, I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, why are you messing with
Well-
that then?
well, I wasn't going to. Just to make sure, but there you go. Safety measures, okay?
Oh, okay.
Safety measures, and then you clip that right there.
Okay.
Now then,
Well, that seems fairly easy.
you take one.
I seem to remember you wrapping something around and around.
I
And
haven't got there yet.
Oh, okay. That was the one thing I really wasn't sure about.
Okay.
Okay, that's what you're about ready to do. Okay.
And let's see, that's what we put that mark right there for a reason, didn't we? Because that's about where it was going to be, right?
Well, what's that other mark for then?
Going to be between there, maybe. I don't know.
Will you goof?
It's been a while since we've done this.
Has this horse been on this goat before?
Yes, sir.
Have
Once.
you drove him?
Just let him around a little bit.
Yeah, we let him around. We haven't had anybody. You want to sit in there, Charles, and give him a whirl?
Huh? No. But I believe that breastplate ought
Ought to be
let
down a
just
little bit.
little bit.
Okay.
Because
we
it's
can
up
do
back
that.
in the shoulders.
Okay, so what you're doing there,
Should be kind of level.
Okay,
maybe that was just the spread
Yeah,
of
could
between the two of them.
buckle over the top works the best.
Okay.
A loop and a loop. And again, this doesn't have to be real tight on the goat because all it does is keep the shaft. See, with this one from the top, this one from the bottom.
Okay.
That shaft
Okay.
can't
One
move
keeps
very
it
much.
front and back, and the other keep it up and down.
Yeah.
Okay, I
This
realize
and this keeps
front and
it
back.
front and back. This and this keeps it up and down.
All right. Well, that makes sense. All right.
You make sense?
And from what I know, if you have a runaway and you get turned over, you and the goat and everything turns over, that's to kind of hold the goat down so you get up to get him out of the runaway.
They had plenty of turnovers in that Aussie race, but what they did is they went out and caught wild goats and hooked them up. They had no training at all. And those goats ran like a wild goat would run when it's wanting to get away from you.
Now,
They were not trained at all. It was a hoot. They were turning over.
a guy asked
Everybody.
David about us going down to where he has a rodeo, bringing 2 goats and 2 carts and having a runaway. And I was going to call him and see about what kind he'd pay, but he wouldn't pay. I know I never did call him, mainly because David asked me not to. But he wouldn't pay what it would cost for us to buy 2 untrained goats and take them down there to it.
And repair everything after it got tore up.
Well, them,
Okay, so we got the up and down, the back and forth, and
And the left and right.
that's everything except for the reins, right?
Yep.
no, them are
And
not
you can
range.
hook them
And we
there.
don't use a bit.
Those are driving lines.
Yes. Well, I like to call them reins.
They're not range. Range is what you use if you're going to ride him. Bridle range. That's
Before
driving.
she gets done, she might be riding him.
No,
If I
no,
ride
no.
this poor thing, that'll
No.
be his last thing he ever does.
But now when she gets on him, I've got to have a picture of this thing. Are you recording this, boys?
I can't help it.
Well, anyhow,
Run the lines through the rings on the back.
Are we gonna adjust this?
We can.
The front?
given time.
can.
Because if it needs to be adjusted, I'd rather it all ready to be go on him. Okay, just down
Mr.
one.
Burks thinks it needs to be down just
Well,
a
let's
bit.
see how it works with
When
him.
you get around here from front, I think you'd think the same thing, Mr.
I have not been around front.
Right, Mr. Cruz. I believe when you get around here, you'll think that what you've done is.
You know, I got a molasses tub in the back of my car. I haven't put in here yet. Maybe we should put that as a weight in there. And then he can drag it in. No, he'd have to go through that mud. We don't want that.
Now, the reason I want a still picture of you and the goat, so I can take you to the pen and say, well, Madam Prince
Yeah.
is not a talker, she's a doer. There she
Madam
is.
X everything.
And her goat hasn't had a broken leg.
Yet.
Yeah.
Why? Who did?
Yeah.
Well, she wrote this thing about this guy that bought this cart and put it on an exhibition, and he never no more had a damn. Well, anyhow, I better not talk too
Well,
much.
Yeah, because it's all probably be on YouTube, Charles. So
Say what?
probably be on YouTube. So, yeah, this is
You're going to put my voice?
it's mine too.
Delete something.
I can't delete the voice.
Get out of here. Come up here, goat.
Thank you, Dave Cruz.